It's interesting how photography goes. Sometimes you start off with just a nice point and shoot that has all these amazing features. Some have time lapse, high definition video. And, you know, as your skill progresses, you want to switch over to an SLR. And obviously you'll get the interchangeability of lenses and higher quality images with 16, 22, 30 megapixel cameras. But then all of a sudden those nifty filters and time lapse and all those little features on your point and shoot don't exist on your SLR. So what do you do to get a time lapse shot? You get one of these. So this is the Neewer LCD timer. The model is the RS-60E3. As of right now, what I'm doing is I'm using my Canon SL1 with it, and I'm taking a shot of the skyline as the sun is setting and the clouds are basically clearing out after a thunderstorm. I have it set up to be taking a shot every 60 seconds or every minute. What's really nice about this unit is it's very solidly made. It's designed to be operated with one hand, using your thumb. All the options are there as a control, just like if you were using a TV remote. It does have a 2-stage shutter button, so you can press the button down halfway to focus your camera. If you want to manually take a shot, press it all the way down to actually activate the shutter. This has several different settings where you can do a self timer, an interval timer, and even long exposure timer. With the long exposure timer, you're able to set it up to take a shot, actually set up how long the shot's going to stay for the long exposure, and then to allow the camera to reset for the next shot in time for the long exposure. It can be set to take a shot every second, and you can make it even set to take a shot every 99 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. So you have a wide variety of how you want your camera to take a time-lapse session. It runs on 2 AAA batteries. And one of the things about this in the reviews that I've been reading is people are not happy that it doesn't have an on and off switch. But in reality, I've never had any problem with it not having an on and off switch. I got this several months ago, and I put 2 AAA batteries in it immediately and have never taken them out since. And the batteries are still functioning just fine. Now, if you're a serious photographer, people have just stated that they take the batteries out when they're done using it, which is always wise. And then if you were really serious and you want to make sure you have as much time on your batteries for your exposure session, just put in new batteries before you do your time lapse. The unit itself is very well made. It's super strong. The cord on itself is roughly 6 feet. So you're able to use the unit. I have it actually tethered to my tripod right now just because I'm not touching it. But if you were taking very stable shots where you didn't want to actually touch the camera to pick up any vibrations to get the sharpest photo as possible, you can take the remote, hold it, and activate it using that 2-stage shutter button. It even has a lock for the shutter button, so you can actually lock the shutter button all the way down. I'm not exactly sure what that's for, but it has that option. So this is my overall review and just kind of impressions of the Neewer RS-60E3. It works really well. It's a great investment for your camera arsenal, you know, under $20, especially for beginner photographers that don't have a whole ton of money. This thing has a multitude of options and ways to use it. So if you guys ever have any questions or need advice or anything from a beginning photographer to a beginning photographer, please ask. So I appreciate your guys' time and thank you.